I get it. You scroll through a dozen electric fireplaces on Amazon, each one promising a cozy, modern focal point for your living room. And you end up buying something that looks stunning in the photos but barely warms the room or feels cheap when you finally plug it in. I've been there, and the frustration of a Look Good online product that disappoints in real life is why I'm doing this deep dive. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. In the next few minutes I'll walk through the Real Flame Harlan 55-inch electric fireplace, point out the hidden trade-offs, and help you decide if it's worth the space on your wall or if you should keep scrolling. First off, the Harlan isn't just a flat panel TV stand cover, it actually includes a mantel that runs the full 55 inches, a realistic log set, and a flame effect screen that mimics real fire. That's a big plus for anyone who wants the visual drama of a traditional hearth without dealing with wood, gas lines, or a chimney. The built-in heater is replaceable, meaning you can upgrade the heating element later if you need more warmth. The remote control and timer are also standard in this price range, so you can set it to turn on before you get home or shut off after you fall asleep. Now, let's talk about the real-world setup. The unit arrives flat-packed, with the mantel already attached to the main frame. You'll need a standard 120-volt outlet, and the installation is essentially a plug-and-play job. No drilling, no venting, no professional help. That's a huge win for renters or anyone who wants a quick upgrade. The downside is the size. At 55 inches wide, you need a substantial wall space, and the depth of the unit is a bit more than a typical TV. If you have a cramped apartment or a narrow hallway, you'll have to measure twice before committing. Heat output is where a lot of buyers get tripped up. The Harlan's heater is designed for supplemental warmth, not as a primary heating source. In a moderately sized living room, around 200,250 square feet, the unit will raise the temperature by a few degrees, making it perfect for those chilly evenings when you want a gentle heat without cranking the furnace. However, if you live in a larger open-plan area or in a region with harsh winters, you'll quickly notice that the flame looks great but the room stays cool. In those cases you might want to pair it with a portable space heater or choose a higher BTU electric fireplace. Safety is another practical factor. The Harlan includes an automatic shut-off feature that kicks in if the unit overheats, and an anti-topple safety device that stops the heater if the unit is tipped. For families with kids or pets, that extra peace of mind is valuable. The mantel itself can support a decent amount of weight, so you could place a small vase, a few books, or a decorative clock on top without worrying about it wobbling. Who should buy this? If you're a homeowner or renter who wants a stylish, low-maintenance focal point for a medium-sized room, and you're okay with using the unit as a visual centerpiece that also offers a modest heat boost, the Harlan fits the bill. It's especially appealing for people who love the ambience of a fire but can't install a real wood burning or gas model. Think apartment dwellers, first-time home buyers, or anyone on a budget who still wants a real fireplace vibe. It also works well in bedrooms where the heat demand is low and the aesthetic of a flickering flame can be soothing at night. On the other hand, if you're looking for a primary heat source for a large living area, or if you have very limited wall space, this isn't the right choice. The unit's heating capacity is modest, and you'll end up supplementing it with something else, which adds cost and complexity. Likewise, if you're a minimalist who prefers a sleek, low-profile design without a mantel, the built-in mantel might feel bulky. Let's get into the practical strengths. The most obvious is the visual realism. The flame effect uses a combination of LED lighting and a frosted glass panel that creates a convincing, three-dimensional fire. In my own testing, the flicker pattern varied enough that it never felt repetitive, and the logs have a natural grain that looks convincing even up close. The remote and timer make daily use effortless. You can set it to start warming the room at 5 p.m., turn off at 11 p.m., and still have the flame running without heat for that late-night ambience. Another strength is the replaceable heater module. While many electric fireplaces lock you into a single heating element for the life of the unit, Real Flame's design allows you to swap out the heater if you later need more output or if the element fails. That extends the product's lifespan beyond the typical 3-year expectancy for budget models. Now for the weaknesses. The first is the power draw. Even though the heat output is modest, the unit still consumes about 1500 watts when the heater is on, which